Okay guys, you should have 3.2 Day 2 worksheet in front of you that says Systems of Linear Inequalities. And yesterday we graphed just one line, and today we're going to graph 2 lines. And we're going to see where they intersect. So it's going to make sense once we've done a few. But keep in mind that if you have a less than or greater than, it's going to be a dashed line. And if you have less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, it's going to be a solid line. So just don't forget that. Before we get started, you should really have 2 colored pencils. Or you could just have a pencil and a colored pencil. As long as you have 2 different colors to see how they shade, that's great. You can use a pen, whatever. So the sub can get you colored pencils. If not, you can just move on. You can pause the video if you need to go slow. So for the first one, I always put the color that I'm going to graph it in. So I'm just going to put like a little dot or a star. And I'm going to do the first one in black. Maybe I'll do it in this color. I'll do mine in like blue. That seems better. Okay, so I am going to graph -3 on the y-axis, plot my point. Then my slope is -1/2, so I'm going to go up 1, left 2, up 1, left 2. You can also go down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2. You want to do as many dots as possible. And then this is going to be a dashed line because it does not have a line underneath. So I'm going to dash my line. And just like we did yesterday, now we're going to do a test point to figure out if I shade this side or I shade this side. So I'm going to put 0 in for y, 0 in for x, which is going to make this 0 greater than -3. We have to decide if that's true. So is 0 greater than -3? Yes, it is. So that's a yes. So at 0, 0, I would write yes, and that means I would shade this side. I'm going to shade all of this side. Okay, so now you're going to pick up either your pencil or your other colored pencil, a different color, and you're going to graph the other line. Now this is kind of hard, but you're going to ignore the blue if you can, and you're just going to think about I'm starting all over like it's a blank graph. So I'm going to start by plotting -1 on the y-axis, so I plot -1. My slope is 1/2, so I'm going to go up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2. I'm also going down 1, left 2, and they should intersect perfectly. And then we are going to figure out if that's a solid or a dashed line. So this is another solid dashed line, so I'm going to draw a dashed line. And now we're going to decide how to shade. So you can pick the same test point. I'm testing 0, 0, which is right here. I'm going to put 0 in for x, 0 in for y. And I have 0 is greater than -1. Is 0 greater than -1? And the answer is yes. So this is hard, but I'm just paying attention to the red line. I got a yes, so that means I'm going to shade this side of the red line. I'm going to do every section. And it's hard, but you just pay attention to the red line or whatever color you're using, and you're going to shade above it. Now, you had an intersection point right here in black. That's not really useful to us. You have 4 sections, so the red and the blue line intersected. You have this section over here, this little region, nothing is shaded. Over here, in between this red line and this blue line, is like region 2. There's only blue over here. Over here is the third region. It's only red. But do you see how up here it's red and blue? So this is your answer. All of these coordinates make both inequalities true. So you're going to take whatever color you want, or you can take a third color if you really want, and you are going to shade this in darker. And this is your actual answer. It's where the red and the blue overlap. So this is your answer. It's from this red line and this blue line up. This is your intersection point. So that's one. Just one problem. So what I want you to do is, actually I'll go another one. I'll do one more. Let me see which one we should do. Let's do number 4 together. So you're going to do 2 and 3 on your own, or you can do it with a partner, that's fine, but let's do number 4 together. So pick up your whatever color you want to use the first one in. So I'll do the first one in blue. I'm going to plot a point at -1. My slope is -1, so I'm going to go up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1, make that negative slope. And I'm going to do all my points possible, because I'm going to have to see where they intersect, to find my 4 regions. This is a solid line, so I'm going to draw my solid line. And I'm going to figure out where to shade. So I'm going to plug in the test point 0, 0, which is right here. So I put 0 in for x, 0 in for y, and I have 0 is greater than or equal to negative 1. So 0 greater than or equal to negative 1. Yes. So I'm going to shade where 0, 0 is, and I'm going to shade this side. If that was a no, you would shade the other side. We did a lot of those yesterday. If it was a no, you shade the other side. But because it's a yes, I do shade the side that has the 0, 0. Now you're going to shade the other one. And I'm going to do it in a different color so I can see where the overlapping is. So I'm going to plot positive 2 on the y-axis. My slope is 1/2, so I'm going to go up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2, down 1, left 2, down 1, left 2. This is very similar to the last one. This one is a dashed line. And we're going to figure out where we shade either this side of the red or this side of the red. So I'm going to put 0 in for x, 0 in for y, and I have 0 is greater than positive 2. Is 0 greater than 2? And that would be no, it's not. And so at 0, 0, I would not shade this side, and I would shade the other side, which would be this. So there's no over here, so I shade the yes side of the red, and that's this side of the red. So you've got more regions. You've got like this stuff that has nothing over here. This just has blue. This has red. You do not need to label these. I'm just showing you. This is where they overlap, so this is where you shade in darker. And this is your answer, the dark shading. Okay? You don't need to tell me where they intersect, but they do intersect perfectly right here. You don't need to tell me that. They just do intersect perfectly there. Okay, so you're going to do 2 and 3. Flip on the back. I want you to try 5 and 6. And then I want you to scroll or go down to the bottom. And I want you to cross off 9 and 10. You do not need to do them. Cross off 9 and 10. Don't do them. And then I'm going to teach you how to do 7. And then you're going to do 8 with a partner on your own. Okay, so your homework's going to be 1 through 8. But I've done 3 with you. Okay? So, on number 7, I'm going to do the first one in blue. I'll do the second one in red again. Now here's the tricky part about number 7 and number 8. You have to bring this down and you have to put it in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. And I have negative 2y is greater than negative x minus 6. Then I'm going to divide by negative 2, and don't be selfish, you want to divide everything by negative 2. And we have to remember from yesterday, when you divide by a negative, it flips the inequality. Then you have a negative 1 divided by negative 2. Well, that's a positive 1/2 x. Negative 6 divided by negative 2 is a positive 3. So once you have this, you're going to go ahead and plot your line. So I'm going to start at positive 3 on the y-axis. My slope is positive 1/2, so I'm going to go up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2, down 1, left 2, down 1, left 2. And this would be a dashed line. Okay, so now you need to find a test point. You still going. It's a lot of work here. You could plug it into the original, or you could plug it into your new slope-intercept form. I'll just do it in slope-intercept form. That means I'm going to put 0 in for y, 0 in for x, and I'm going to get 0 is less than 3. So is 0 less than 3? Yes. So I am going to shade the side that has 0, 0. So I'm going to shade this side. Then I'm going to pick up my colored pencil, or a different pen, whatever, and do the next line with a different color. So 5x plus 2y is less than or equal to negative 6. And I flipped the inequality because I divided by a negative. I'm not sure if I said that. I flipped the inequality because I divided by a negative. On this red one, I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. And I have a positive 2y is less than or equal to negative 5x minus 6. Divide everything by 2. and I have y is less than or equal to negative 5 halves x minus 3. I'm going to plot negative 3 on the y-axis, and I do not flip this one because I just divided by a positive 2, not a negative. I leave my inequality because I divided by a positive number. I'm going to go up 5, left 2. I could go up 5, left 2 again, and this is a solid line. Ooh, my line's off. Oh. Then I put 0, 0 in for x and y. Is 0 less than or equal to negative 3? And that would be a no. It's not, it's greater than. So I would not shade the 0, 0. Instead, I'd shade the opposite side. Only no shading, one shading, one shading, both shadings. So this is my answer. And I would shade the overlapping part. So I want you to do number 8. So you're going to do 1 through 8 for your homework. Then when I return, hopefully tomorrow on Wednesday or Thursday, we're going to do a review, and they're going to have a quiz. So you have a quiz tomorrow over 3-1 and 3-2. So that includes graphing lines and seeing where they intersect, substitution and elimination, and this stuff. Okay? So if you want to study, you need to look at your notes from 3-1 to 3-2. If you want to look at your old worksheets, it's 3.1 substitution worksheet, 3.1 elimination worksheet, and this worksheet. Okay, that's what your quiz is over. So you can study for it. We'll also review on block day and take our quiz on block day. If you have any missing work, you can make it up and turn it in by Thursday. Put it on my desk, put it in my little turn-in box over on the orange counter. Somehow get it to me by Thursday. If you don't want to leave it the sub, take a picture of your missing work and email it to me. And when I get it, I will email you back saying I've got it. All missing work has to be in Thursday. If you're gone for the quiz, you need to make it up before Thursday. Your grades are done on Thursday. If you have questions, just email me. Okay? If you have a missing quiz or a test, you can make it up with a sub, or you can ask Miss Dykes next door. I will leave instructions with her. All right, good luck. 1 through 8 your homework.